Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So for those of you guys who missed this morning's video, I am doing another giveaway. I'm giving away a Ledger Nano, not S, X. That's right, a Ledger Nano X, the biggie, but you have to do something for me. We have to reach 30,000 subscribers by March 15th, 2020. All right, that's when I'll be giving away the Ledger Nano X, and if we don't reach that number, there still is another chance. If we can reach the number by March 31st, I'll give away a Ledger Nano S. So just wanted to let you guys know about that, but you do have to be subscribed to the channel in order to be eligible. Right now, there's a great promotion on the Ledgers if you care to buy one anyway. I have an affiliate link in the description. You do not have to use it if you do not want to, but you guys are all here for the XRP, and look at this, a thing of beauty. And you know, despite the last couple of days of upward momentum, now we're starting to see XRP basing in this zone. Right now, it's trading at about 33 cents. But guys, this is a good sign. We haven't seen it really fall back down. We're seeing it kind of hug this level here. This is a great level of resistance for XRP. On the hourly, you can see that. And, you know, if you put it on like the 2 hour, let's say, you can see it even better. On the 4 hour, it's looking even more promising there. Okay, upward swings with some downward motion, but ultimately the trend keeps moving upward. And on the daily, look at that, a thing of beauty. Could this be a turnaround point? Well, I seem to think that the upward momentum is going to continue personally. You can glean that information from the 1 hour chart here. Okay, strong positive momentum. We did see the dip here, but buyers are still more eager than sellers. So it's looking as if we are in good shape. And this from the Bitcoinist. So XRP outperforms the top 5 cryptos, unfazed by the BITMEX crash. So bulls regained momentum after the BITMEX crash. XRP regained its footing standing at 32 cents. So this was written a few hours ago, I guess. Keeping most of the gains from the past day, the price was surprisingly not hurt by the event where XRP fell to 14 cents based on low liquidity on BITMEX. But this one-off trading event did not divert the asset from its bullish trajectory. The trading volumes for XRP, however, are slightly slowing down from their peak at below 6 billion in 24 hours. Ripple's asset, however, managed to keep most of its weekly gains boosted by never-ending optimism. Even the move to 32 cents is just a small part of the expected breakout. And of course, Russ on Twitter at Myron Bagale has to pour out, this is so gangsta, has to pour out an OE for the homies, the XRP army, namely, XRP has commanded higher prices in the past, and the chief hope of speculators is that a renewed altcoin season can finally lead to a breakout beyond the usual range. So where do you guys see this going? To be honest with you, we've been bullish since the beginning of the year, ultimately, right? January 1st was around here, and we have seen nothing but upward momentum. Now, when we went sub 20 cents, that was a significant level, but we didn't stay there for long. We saw the same thing with Bitcoin back in 2018. It hit about 3,200 and then rebounded significantly. So are we going to see the same for XRP? And are we going to vacillate? I think somewhere, to be honest with you, somewhere within this range before the next breakout is likely. I don't know if we're necessarily going back sub 20, and I have a feeling we could reach as high as 40 cents, possibly by the spring. So yeah, XRP investors, super excited about this, and you know, we are clearly seeing more people investing in XRP. We are seeing the light bulb switch on in some of these investors' heads, and I think we are going to see more and more of this. I think with institutional investments coming through, more people are going to invest in XRP along with the entire cryptocurrency market. This from XRP Crypto Wolf, and to add to all this, Binance is adding support for buying crypto with 15 additional fiat currencies via Visa MasterCard on Simplex CC. So it's going to be for XRP, BNB, ETH, BCH, and Litecoin, and BTC. The 15 fiat currencies are, and then it names a few here, namely the pound, the ruble, Australian dollar. I don't know all of these off by heart. If some of you guys can name some of them, SEK is the Swedish kroner. But if some of you guys can name some of these in the comments, please do help us out. Binance is adding support here for Simplex, and so it says down here, Simplex is able to help users save an average of 2 to 3% on FX fees per transaction. The above currencies are all fiat currencies and do not represent any other digital currencies. So Binance doing their part as well to expand the ecosystem. Oh, I guess all the flags are here. I could just look at the flags and know what these currencies are. Ultimately, though, the takeaway, more on-ramps means more opportunity for investors to get into cryptocurrency, which means the market cap will rise, which ultimately means prices will rise for those cryptocurrencies. This from Poochie at Poochie1967 on Twitter. For the XRP army, okay, this is mapped which countries receive the most in remittances. And we know XRP will be the king of remittances, so it's important to kind of see where Ripple is, leading the pack, where they're kind of putting their resources in which countries. And we've already heard about Ripple, talking about remittances in, I thought that was going to go to a screen grab actually. Okay, let's just look at this infograph here. Ripple putting their resources in countries such as Mexico. We've heard of them in the Philippines as well. So Mexico, the Philippines, obviously big corridors for them. India, Ripple's got a lot of India, and by extension, Pakistan and Bangladesh are going to benefit from that. And the Asia Pacific region essentially as a whole is really big, with Vietnam, China as well on the list. We heard about Egypt just recently. I believe it was the central bank or one of the banks in Egypt has now partnered with Ripple. That was in a video I did a few days ago. So Egypt on the list too. And the Ukraine and Nigeria also adding to those numbers. So really, really important to see where Ripple is putting their money, where they are allocating funds to really kind of get these on-ramps going for the biggest remittance corridors in the world. We know they're laser focused on remittances. We know that is the first vertical that even Brad Garlinghouse has mentioned. They want to be focused on remittances first and then branch out later. So thanks so much, Poochie1967, for this. And this from the XRP Arcade. Bitazza Exchange lists XRP with the Thai baht pair. So Bitazza, they are a regulated cryptocurrency exchange based in Thailand that launched in December 2019. Bitazza has been awarded the digital asset broker license regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission and issued by Thailand's Minister of Finance. According to the announcement on February 4th, Bitazza listed XRP on its trading platform. Here's the announcement from the official Bitazza Twitter. And so their users are currently able to trade XRP with the Thai baht, while the XRP USD T pair will be added soon. So this is the fourth exchange to offer the XRP TBH, which is the Thai baht pair, after BitCub, OKX, and Satang. Thailand is soon expected to go live with on-demand liquidity, Ripple's product that uses XRP, and it has already chosen a partner exchange to offer liquidity. A month ago, XRP Arcade revealed that BitCub had partnered with Ripple. So BitCub going to be that ODL provider for the corridor in Thailand where XRP will be prevalent. So great news coming from the XRP Arcade, and this from XRP Crypto Wolf. Now, Judy Shelton, okay, whether you like her or hate her, this is what she's come out to say. President Trump's nominee to the Federal Reserve Board, Judy Shelton, told lawmakers that digitizing the US dollar could help maintain the USD's ascendancy in global commerce. Guys, this is all strategic. The US does not want to be replaced by another country for that reserve currency. And now with CBDCs coming out, the game is changing and it's getting interesting. Shelton said the US needs fintech innovations to stay ahead of other countries. So here's the article here from Coinbase, guys. I will link it in the description for those of you guys who want to read the whole thing. But Judy Shelton, President Trump's nominee to the Federal Reserve Board, told lawmakers that digitizing the US dollar could help maintain the currency's ascendancy in global commerce. Yes, it is a dominant reserve currency, she says, but we cannot rest on our laurels in that regard. Rival nations are working very diligently to have an alternative to the dollar. I think it is very important that we get ahead of the curve to ensure that the dollar continues to offer the best currency in the world. So just going to skip down here. It talks a little bit about China and the Facebook Libra thing, and how China could be a potential disruptor with regard to trading. And since they're the number 2 economy in the world, how their CBDC could be used. And I'm sure they are positioning themselves to be that reserve currency as well. But 2 weeks ago, former officials from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission set up a nonprofit to design proposals for a digital dollar. And earlier this week, Fed Chairman Powell told lawmakers that Libra was a wake-up call, as we had said back in June, guys, for the central bank, while emphasizing that its research was in its early stages. From gold bug to rate cutter, and I'm going to get to this in a second because XRP Darren also mentions this here. At Fame21 More on Twitter, they're intentionally trying to crash the system. So this exactly from this article, okay? I'm just going to read what he circled here, though, because it's really, really interesting. More recently, however, Shelton has come under criticism for supporting the president's position that interest rates, already historically low, should be cut further. Why this is important? Well, let's go into investing. Well, first of all, let's talk about Darren Moore's comment. Crashing the system, right? You think automatically that if the system crashes, that's a bad thing. But in this case, if you're a cryptocurrency holder, if you believe in Ripple technology, believe in the future of digital assets, you are kind of looking at this, holding your stash of XRP, thinking to yourself, this will probably benefit me in the future. And so with regards to interest rate cuts, how does it affect people? Well, what the government ultimately assumes is that If they cut interest rates, it will stimulate the economy because you're not going to just keep your money in your bank account getting 4, 5, 6%. You know, historically it has been that high. We haven't seen those numbers in a while, but what the government wants you to do is get out there, borrow cheap money so that you don't have to, so that the interest rate to pay it back is less, so that you will indeed stimulate the economy. But this could have its problems as well. Guys, I will link this article in the description if you want to read more about interest rates. So changing the federal funds rates influences the money supply, beginning with the banks and eventually trickling down to consumers. The Fed lowers interest rates in order to stimulate economic growth. Lower financing costs can encourage borrowing and investing. And that's what I just said. However, this is interesting. When rates are too low, they can spur excessive growth and perhaps inflation. Inflation eats away at purchasing power and could undermine the sustainability of the desired economic expansion. So undermining the system, we know we have seen a historic high for the stock market in this past decade. So let me just go show you guys the S&P 500 on the weekly. Historic growth. Let me just get rid of that Fibonacci for a second. Historic growth. Okay, since 2009, we have seen nothing but expansion. But this is precarious because inflation has also occurred. And will this undermine the system? Will the economy collapse? You know, we can't just keep going up and up and up forever. And what will this mean for liquidity in the system? What will this mean for Ripple and XRP if there is a system crash? And people do need to get their money out. How are we going to source liquidity? Well, in the last crash, there wasn't an option. Of course, technology has just gotten better over the years. Now we have blockchain technology and RippleNet offering that ODL solution that could ultimately make people very, very rich in the event of a crash, meaning people will need to be more liquid. How will they get there? Well, they'll need XRP, and more demand with a finite supply means price will only go up. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to be eligible for the Ledger giveaway. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.